Hi, Miu. So we're gonna be continuing our mathematics question, right? Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, that's cool. So please tell me if you can see this chart clearly. Can you?
Mm.
Okay, cool. This one. What's this? What's this? It's one's
It's once
five
5
equals
equals
five.
5.
Yeah, what's this? What's this? It's
It's
twice
twice
five
5
equals
equals
10.
10.
What's this? What's this? It's three
It's 3
times
times
five
5
equals
equals
15.
15.
What's this? What's this? It's four
It's 4
times
times
five
5
equals
equals
20.
20.
All right, what about this one? How much is one's 90? How much is one's 90? One's 90
Once 90
equals
equals
90.
90.
Yep, how much is twice 50? How much is twice 50? Twice 50
Twice
is
50 is
100.
100.
100. Yeah, another
100.
one. How much is 3 times 13? How much is 3 times 13? 3
3
times
times
13
13
is
is
39.
39.
Is. Okay, another. How many times do you come here? About how many times a week do you come here? I come here
I come
about
here about
100 times a
100
week.
times a week.
They're like, what? Yes. Okay, another one. How many times a month do you go to the cinema? How many times a month do you go to the cinema? I go to the
I go
cinema
to
about
the cinema about
once a month.
once a month.
Yep. How many times a day do you eat? About how many times a day do you eat? I eat
I
about
eat about
3
3
times a day.
times a day.
Yep. How many times do we live? How many times do we live? We only
We
live
only live
once.
once.
Yep. I'm going to cut the table with my fingers. What am I doing? What am I doing? You're cutting
You're
the
cutting the
table
table
with your
with
finger.
your finger.
What do we cut meat with? What do we cut meat with? We cut
We cut
meat
meat
with a
with a
knife.
knife.
Yep, can we cut bread with a knife? Can we cut bread with a knife? No, we can't
No, we
cut
can't
bread
cut bread
with a
without
knife.
a knife.
With a knife. With it, yeah. Okay, another. So I'm going to lift the table. What am I doing? What am I doing? You're lifting the
You're
table.
lifting the table.
Yep. Can you lift the table with your little finger? Can you lift the table with your little finger? No, I can't
No, I
lift the
can't lift the
table
table
with my little
with
finger.
my little finger
Yeah, the table lift my finger. Okay, another. Why not? Why not? Because it's too
because
heavy for
it's too
me
heavy for me
to lift.
to lift.
Yep. What about lift?
Lift.
Yeah, this one. Is this piece of paper light enough for you to lift? Is this piece of paper light enough for you to lift? Yes, that
Yes,
piece of
that piece
paper
of paper
is light
is
enough
light enough
for me to
for me
lift.
to lift.
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 Yep. Is the table as high as the door? Okay, take a look at this one. Or is the table as high as the door? No, the
No, the
table
table
isn't as
isn't as
high
high
as the
as
door.
the door.
It's lower
It's lower
than
than
the
the
door.
door.
Yep. Not the door.
The door.
All right. Is that building as high as Mount Everest? Your house is that building as high as Mount Everest? No, this building
No,
isn't
this building isn't
as high
as
as
high as
Mount
Mount
Everest.
Everest.
It's
It's lower
than
than
Mount
Mount
Everest.
Everest.
Lower, maybe. Okay, another is the River Thames as long as the Nile. Is the River Thames as long as the Nile? No, the River
Now, the River
Thames
Thames
isn't as
isn't as
long
long
as the Nile.
as the Nile.
It's
It's
shorter than the
shorter
Nile.
than the Nile.
Is Spain as large as South America? Is Spain as large as South America? No, Spain
No,
isn't.
Spain isn't.
No, Spain
No,
isn't
Spain isn't
as large
as
as
large
South
as
America.
South
Ama,
America.
Mama, Papa, Ama. America.
America.
It's smaller than
It's
America.
smaller than America.
Which America?
Huh?
South
South
America.
America.
Yahoo! Safe. Again, another. So tell me the names of the four seasons of the year, please. Tell me the names of the four seasons of the year, please. The names
The
of
names of
the four
the
seasons
four
of the year.
seasons of the year.
Four
Four
seasons
seasons
of the year
of the
are
year are
spring,
spring,
summer,
summer, fall,
autumn, oh, okay,
and
winter.
winter.
So American fall. Again, another. So what season are you in now? What season are you in now? We are in
We're
spring
in
now.
spring now.
Yep. Okay. What was last season? What was last season? Last season
Last
was.
season was winter.
Yep. What will next season be? Well, what will next season be? Next season
Next
will be
season will be summer.
summer. Okay. What about Philippines? Summer, summer, summer. Okay. There's one rainy. Another. So which day precedes Wednesday? Which day precedes Wednesday? Tuesday
Tuesday
precedes
precedes
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Precedes Wednesday.
Precedes Wednesday.
Yeah. Precedes Wednesday.
Precedes Wednesday.
If the Thursday precede Wednesday, does Thursday precede Wednesday? No, Thursday
No, Thursday
doesn't
doesn't
precede
precedes
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Doesn't
Doesn't
precede
precede
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It
It
follows it.
follows it.
Yep. Which number follows the number 13? Which number follows the number 13? 14 follows. 14 follows
14 follows
the number
the
13.
number 13.
Do the students precede the teacher out of the classroom after the lesson? Do the students precede the teacher out of the classroom after the lesson? No, the
Not the
students
students.
don't precede the
Don't
classroom.
precede the classroom.
The classroom. Don't precede
Don't
the teacher
precede the teacher
out of the
out
classroom
of the classroom.
after the lesson.
After the lesson,
They follow her.
they follow her.
Very good. You're following me. Follow me. You answer yourself. It's okay. Again, so does the teacher precede the students into the classroom before the lesson? Does the teacher precede the students into the classroom before the lesson? No, the
No,
teacher
the teacher
doesn't precede the
precede the
students
students
into the
into the
classroom
classroom
before the lesson.
before the lesson.
What? She follows
She
them.
follows them.
I thought you said the classroom follows them. Okay, another. When do you have your breakfast, Mia? When do you have your breakfast? I have my
I
breakfast
have my breakfast at 7
in
the morning.
7 o'clock in the morning.
7 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. So when does the lesson begin? When does the lesson begin? The lesson
The
begins
lesson
at
begins at
time.
4:30
in the.
in the evening. No, in the afternoon.
I was speechless. Okay, I was like, oh. See, it's getting brighter now in the Philippines. Another, when do you get up in the morning? When do you get up in the morning? I get up
I
at
get up at 5:30 in the
in the morning.
morning.
Yep. So what other words we can use instead of whereas? What other words we can use instead of whereas? We can use
We
while
can
and
use
whilst
while and whilst
instead of whereas.
instead of whereas.
Yep. So which word do we use the most when we speak? Which word do we use the most when we speak? We generally
We
use
generally use
whereas the
whereas
most
the most
when we speak.
when we speak.
When we speak.
When we speak.
Yep. Is that an old building you are in at the moment? Is that an old building you are in at the moment? No, this
No,
isn't
this isn't
an old building
an old building
I'm in at the
I'm
moment.
in at the moment.
Yep. So are your shoes new? Are your shoes new? Yes, no.
No,
My shoes
my
aren't
shoes
new.
aren't new.
They're old.
They're old.
Yep. Is your shirt, this one, older than your shoes? Is your shirt older than your shoes? No, my shirt
And my
isn't
shirt isn't
older than my
older than
shoes.
my shoes.
It's newer
It's
than
newer than
my
my
shoes.
shoes.
My
My
shoes.
shoes.
So cute. Another, what's the newest thing you are wearing? What's the newest thing you're wearing? My
My
headset.
headset
Is that?
is the
Is that what?
newest
Newest thing I'm
thing
wearing.
I'm wearing.
I'm wearing. That was my alarm for Callan. Okay, what about this one? So what's the difference between you and yang? What's the difference between you and yang? You and yang. You and yang. No, I was actually on 21. What's the difference? What's the difference between you and yang? What's the difference between you and yang? The
The
difference
difference
between
between
you and yang
you
is
and
that.
young is that
What's yarn? Young is that.
young is that
We use
we
new
use new
for things,
for things,
whereas we use young for
whereas we use young for
people.
people.
For people. Thank you. What about this one? Is Miss Brown an old woman? Is Miss Brown an old woman? No, Miss
No,
Brown
Miss
isn't
Brown isn't
an old woman.
an old woman.
She's a
She's a young
young
girl.
girl. Yep. So what's the difference between new and young? What's the difference? Yeah. What's the difference between new and young? The difference between
The difference between
new and young
new
is
and
that
young is that
we use
we
new for
use new
things,
for things again,
whereas we use
whereas we
young
use young
for people.
for people.
Yeah. So that's that technical something. Is that okay? Okay, another. Are you older than your mother? Are you older than your mother? No, I'm not
I'm
older
not older than my
than
mother.
mother.
I'm younger than my mother.
Because of this question, right? So again, are you older than your mother? Are you older than your mother? No, I'm not
I'm not
older
older
than
than my
my
mother.
mother. I'm
I'm
younger
younger
than
than my mother.
my mother. My mother.
My
My
mother.
mother. Mother.
Mother.
Yep. Another. Who's the youngest in your family? Who's the youngest in your family? My daughter
My
is the
daughter is
youngest
the youngest
in my
in my
family.
family.
Yep. I'm putting my hand on the table. What am I doing? What am I doing? You're
You're
putting your
putting your
hand
hand
on the
on the
table.
table.
On the table.
On the table.
Yep. What am I doing? What am I doing? You're
You're
taking your
taking your
hand
hand
off the
off
table.
the table.
Yep. This time I'm putting my hat on. Tadam. What am I doing? What am I doing? You're
You're
putting
putting
your
your
hat
hat
on.
on.
What am I doing? What am I doing? You're
You're
taking your
taking
hat
off a hat.
Huh? What's a hat? You're taking
You're
your
taking your
hat
hat off.
off. Yep, that's correct. Okay, what about this one? What do we put on when we go out in winter? What do we put on when we go out in winter? We put our
We put our
hats
hats
and coats
and
on
coats on
when we go
when
out
we
in
go
winter.
out in winter.
Go out in
Go out
winter.
in winter.
Yep. So what do we take off when we come into a building? What do we take off when we come into a building? We take
We
our
take our
hats
hats
and
and
codes off
codes off
when we come
when we
into
come into
a building.
building.
Yep, that's correct. Another. What about this one? What are the two most important holidays of the year in Europe? What are the two most important holidays of the year in Europe? The two
The
most
two most
important holidays
holidays
of the year
of
in
the
Europe
year in Europe
are Christmas
are
and Easter.
Christmas and Easter.
When's Christmas? When's Christmas? Christmas is on
Christmas is on
the 25th
the
of
25th of
December.
December.
When's Easter? When's Easter? Easter is
Easter is
in
in
spring.
spring,
Either in March or in
either in March or in
April.
April.
Yep, so this one empty. So is this box empty? Is this box empty? Yes, that box
Yes, that
empty.
box empty.
Yes, that's correct. What about this one? What about this box here? Is this box empty? Is this box empty? No, that
No,
box
that box
isn't
isn't
empty.
empty.
It's full.
It's full.
Yep. Are your pockets full of money? Are your pockets full of money? Yes, no?
No,
No, my pockets,
my pockets
aren't
aren't
full of money.
full of money.
Yep. So is your stomach empty after a large meal? Is your stomach empty after a large meal? No, my
No,
stomach
my
isn't.
stomach isn't
Isn't
isn't empty
empty
after
after a large
a
meal.
large meal.
It's
It's
full.
full.
But then, no, no more. Again, another. Are the streets full of people during the night? Are the streets full of people during the night? No, the
No, the
streets
street
aren't
aren't
streets
streets aren't
full of people
full of
during the
people
night.
during the night.
They're empty
They're empty
during the night.
during the night.
Yep. Can we see the sun in the sky during the day? Yes. Can we see the sun during the day?
Yes.
Yes, we can see the
We
sun
can see the sun
in the
in
sky
the
during the
sky
day.
during the day.
Uh-huh. So can we see the sun in the sky during the night? Can we see the sun in the sky during the night? No, we can
No,
see
we
the
can't see
sun
the sun
in the
in the
sky
sky
during the
during
night.
the night.
But we can see
But
the
we can see
moon
the moon
and the
and
stars.
the
The
stars.
stars. Go. Yeah, what color is the moon? What color is the moon? The moon's the
The
color
moon's the
of
color of
silver.
silver.
Can we count the stars? Can we count the stars? No, we can't
No, we
count
can't count
the
the
stars.
stars.
Me, of these three subjects, mathematics, history, and geography, which do you like the most? Of these three subjects, mathematics, history, and geography, which do you like the most? Of those
Of
three
those three
subjects,
subjects,
mathematics,
mathematics,
history,
history,
and
and
geography,
geography,
I like
I like
which one?
mathematics
The
the
most.
most.
The most. So about how many subjects must children generally study at school? About how many subjects must children generally study at school? Children must
Children
generally
must generally
study about
study about
8
8
subjects
subjects
at school.
at school.
Do you like the subject of mathematics? Do you like the subject of mathematics? Yes, no?
Yes.
I like the
I like the
subject of
subject of
mathematics.
mathematics.
1 plus 1. 2. 1 plus 1. What do we do when we get up in the morning? What do we do when we get up in the morning? We wash and
We wash
dress
and dress
when we get up
when
in
we
the
get up
morning.
in the morning.
Yep. Do you dress before washing? Do you dress before washing? No, I
No,
don't
I don't
dress
dress
before
before
washing.
washing.
I wash
I
before
wash before
dressing.
dressing.
So you don't wash before
Wash
dressing.
before dressing.
Yep. What do we wash our hands with? What do we wash our hands with? We wash
We
our
wash our
hands
hands
with soap
with
and
soap
water.
and water.
What do we wash our hair with? What do we wash our hair with? We wash
We
our
wash our
hair
hair
with
with
shampoo.
shampoo.
Yep. Is it hot in Finland? Is it hot in Finland? No, it isn't
No,
hot.
it isn't hot.
In Finland, it's
It's
cold.
cold.
Is it warm in autumn? Is it warm in autumn? No, it isn't
No,
warm.
it isn't warm.
In
In
autumn,
autumn,
it's
it's
cool.
cold.
Yep. Is it hotter in winter than in summer? Is it hotter in winter than in summer? No, it
No,
isn't
it
hotter.
isn't hotter.
In
In
winter,
winter,
hotter in
hotter
winter
in winter
than in
than
summer.
in summer.
It's colder
It's
in
colder
winter
in winter
than in
than
summer.
in summer.
Yep. Which is one of the hottest countries in the world? Which is one of the hottest countries in the world? India is
India
one.
is the one.
India is
India
one.
is the one.
That is the one. India is
India
one
is one
of the
of
hottest
the hottest
countries in the world.
in the world.
Yep. So which is one of the coldest countries in the world? Which is one of the coldest countries in the world? Finland is
Finland
one
is one
of the
of the
coldest
coldest
countries
countries
in the
in
world.
the world.
Yep. So is it as hot as Scandinavia as in Spain? Is it as hot in Scandinavia as in Spain? No, it isn't as hot
No, it isn't as hot
in
in
Scandinavia
Scandinavia
as in
as in
Spain.
Spain.
It's
It's
colder in
colder than in
Scandinavia.
Scandinavia.
It's colder than. It's colder in Scandinavia. It's
It's
colder
colder
in
in
Scandinavia
Scandinavia
than Spain.
than in Spain.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so again, I'm going to put something like, what am I doing in the beginning? You're tasting
You're
your
tasting
finger.
your finger.
Yep. Do you like the taste of teetered sugar? Do you like the taste of teetered sugar? Yes, no? No? I don't like the taste of tea.
I don't
I don't
like
like the taste
the
of
taste
tea
of tea
without sugar.
with the sugar.
Without sugar.
Without sugar.
Yep. What do we taste with? What do we taste with? We
We
taste with
taste
our
with our
tongues.
tongues.
Zzz. Yep. Another. What's the difference between as many as and as much as? What's the difference between as many as and as much as? The
The
difference
difference
between.
between
The
the
difference between
difference between
as many
as
as
many
and
as and
as
as
much
much
as is
as
that.
is that.
We use as
We
many
use
as
as
many as
many as
for things
for
that
things
we can count,
that we can count,
and as much as
and
for things
as much as for
we can't
we
count.
can't count.
Yep. Have I got as many fingers on my left hand as on my right? Have I got as many fingers on my left hand as on my right? Yes, you've
Yes,
got
you've got
as many
as many
fingers
fingers
on your
on
left
your left
hand
hand
as on your
as
right.
on your right.
Yep. Do you eat as much food for dinner for as you do for lunch? Do you eat as much food for dinner as you do for lunch? Yes, no. Yes, I
Yes,
eat
I
as
ate
much
as
food.
much food.
I eat as
I
much
eat
food
as much food
for dinner
for dinner
as I do for
as I
lunch.
do for lunch.
Yep. Have you got as many feet as fingers? Have you got as many feet as fingers? Yes, no. No, we haven't got
No, we haven't got
as many
as many
feet
feet
as fingers.
as fingers.
We've got
We've got
fewer feet
fewer
than
feet
fingers.
than fingers.
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 So good, right? Okay, another. Do you drink as much fruit juice as water? Do you drink as much fruit juice as water? Yes, I drink
Yes, I drink
as much
as
fruit
much
juice
fruit juice
as water.
as water.
It should have been no, but you do. Okay, another. Do you think you read as many books as your mother? Do you think you read as many books as your mother? Yes, no. No, I
No,
don't
I
think.
don't think
I read as
I
many
read as
books
many books
as my
as
mother.
my mother.
I, I read fewer books.
I read.
I think
I think
I read
I read
fewer books
fewer
than
books than
my
my
mother.
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 Yep. And do you send cards to your friends at Christmas time? Do you send cards to your friends at Christmas time? Yes, no.
No.
No, I don't
I
send
don't send
cards
cards
to my
to my
friends
friends
at Christmas
at
time.
Christmas time.
Say it again. Friends at
Friends at
Christmas time.
Christmas time.
Do you send postcards to your friends and family when you go on holiday? Do you send postcards to your friends and family when you go on holiday? Yes, no.
No.
No, I don't send
I don't send
postcards
postcards
to my
to
friends
my
and
friends
family
and family
when I go on
when I go
holiday.
on holiday.
Yep. Me, when you go on holiday, do you take photos with a camera or with your phone? When you go on holiday, do you take photos with a camera or with your phone? When I go on holiday, when I go on
When I go
holiday,
on holiday,
I take
I
photos
take
with
my
photos with
photos with
which one?
my phone
My
tablet.
phone. There's no tablet. A
Yeah.
camera or with your phone? With my
Phone.
phone.
With my phone.
No choice. Another. What's the opposite of send? What's the opposite of send? The opposite
The
of
opposite
send
of send
is
is
receive.
receive.
Yep. Do you receive more letters than emails? Do you receive more letters than emails? No, I don't
No, I don't
receive
receive
more
more
letters than
letters than
emails.
emails.
I
I
receive fewer
receive fewer
letters
letters
than
than
emails.
emails.
Yep. Can you email people from your mobile phone? Only an example. Can you email people from your mobile phone? Yes, no? Yes, I can email people.
Oh yeah.
Hmm. Yes, I
Yes,
can email
I can
people
email people
from my
from
mobile
my
phone.
mobile phone.
Yep. Another, do you reply to all the emails you receive? Do you reply to all the emails you receive? Yes, no?
No,
No, I don't
I don't
reply
reply
to all the
to all
emails
the emails
I
I
receive.
receive.
I only
I
reply
only reply
to some of
to
them.
some of them.
Yeah, some students said yes, they do. Well, another. Do you try to contact your friends by texting them or by phoning them? Do you try to contact your friends by texting them or by phoning them? I
I
generally
generally
contact
contact
my friends
my
by
friends by
texting them.
them,
Texting them.
texting them.
Yep. If you want to send somebody a quick message, do you write a text or an email? If you want to send somebody a quick message, do you write a text or an email? If I want to
If I want
send
to send
somebody a quick
somebody a quick
message,
message,
I write a
I write a
which
text.
one? Text. Okay, another. What's the difference between a house and a flat? What's the difference between a house and a flat? The
The
difference
difference
between
between
a
a
house and a
house and
flat
a flat
is
is
that
that
a house
a
is a
house is a
building,
building,
whereas a
whereas
flat
the
is
flat is
which part of a building?
part of the building.
A
A
building.
building.
Yep. What do we call the building? Yeah. What do we call a building which is divided into many flats? What do you call a building which is divided into many flats? We call a
We call a
building
building
which is
which
divided
is
into
divided into
many
many
flats.
flats,
A block of
a block
flats.
of flats.
That's correct. Another. So, do you live in a house? Do you live in a house? Yes, I live in a
Yes, I
house.
live in a house.
Yep, that's cool. Let's move down. Do most people in that country live in houses or flats? Do most people in that country live in houses or flats? Most
Most
people in
people
this
in this
country
country
live in
live in
which one? Flats or
flats.
houses? Flats. I think so. How many floors are there in that building? About how many floors are there in that building? There are two
There are two
floors
floors
in this
in this
building.
building.
Is Japan near England? Is Japan near England? No, Japan
No, Japan
isn't
isn't
near
near
England.
England.
It's far
It's
from
far from England.
England. Yeah, that's correct. Another. Is France further from England than China? Is France further from England than China? No, France
No, France
isn't
isn't
further from
further from
England
England
than China.
than China.
It's near
It's near
England
England
than
than
China.
China.
Yep, of these three countries, Mia, this time it's really country, right? France, Greece, and Japan, which is the nearest to England? Of these three countries, France, Greece, and Japan, which is the nearest to England? Of those
Of
three
those three
countries,
countries,
France, Greece,
France,
and
Greece,
Japan,
and Japan,
France is the
France is the
nearest
nearest
to
to
England.
England.
Yep, and which of those three countries is the furthest from England? And which of those three countries is the furthest from England? Of
Of
those
those
three
three
countries,
countries,
Japan is the
Japan's the
furthest from
furthest from
England.
England.
Okay, another. What do I say to you at the beginning of the lesson? What do I say to you at the beginning of the lesson? You say good
You say good
afternoon to me
afternoon to me.
at
Did
the
you?
beginning of the lesson.
At the beginning of the
Of the
lesson.
lesson. For example, Callan. I say hi me usually. So that means what is mama? Okay, another. What do you say to you at the end of the lesson? What do I say to you at the end of the lesson? You say goodbye to me.
Huh? You say goodbye to
Goodbye
me
to me at the end of
at
the
the end
lesson.
of the lesson.
Yeah, but I usually say actually see you, right? Like another this Jan because we meet right after another term. And this January come at the end of the year. Does January come at the end of the year? No, January.
No? Uh-oh. Freezing.
Can you hear me now?
Mm.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, you do. Okay. 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 Does January come at the end of the year? Does January come at the end of the year? No,
No,
January
January
doesn't
doesn't
come
come
at the end of
at
the
the end
year.
of the year.
It comes
It
at the
comes
beginning
at the
of
beginning of
the year.
the year.
Yep, this Saturday come at the beginning of the week. This Saturday come at the beginning of the week. No, Saturday
No,
doesn't
Saturday
come
doesn't come
at the end
at the end.
at
Huh?
the
At the
beginning
beginning
of the week.
of the week.
It comes at
It
the end
comes
of
at the end of
the week.
the week.
Yeah, because you really like following everything. You answer if you know the answer, right? Like another, is the sun shining at the moment? Is the sun shining at the moment? Yes, no,
Yeah.
no, yes,
Yeah.
no, no,
Yeah.
yes, yes. The sun is
The sun
shining
is shining
at the
at the
moment.
moment.
So shining at the
Shining
moment.
at the moment. Not
Yep,
really.
it does here. So bright, actually. That's why I cannot see the book. Well, what an alibi! Again, does the sun shine during the night? Does the sun shine during the night? No, the
No,
sun
the
doesn't
sun
shine
doesn't shine
during the
during
night.
the night.
Yep. Can we see well during the night if the moon isn't shining? Can we see well during the night if the moon isn't shining? No, we can't
No,
see
we can't
well
see well
during the
during
night
the night.
if the moon
If the
isn't
moon
shining.
isn't shining,
We see
we
badly.
see badly.
You should open your eye. Like another, do you go to bed early, me? Do you go to bed early? Yes, no?
No,
No, I don't
I
go to
don't
bed
go to
early.
bed early.
I go to
I
bed
go to bed
late.
late.
Do you get up late? Do you get up late? Yes, no?
No,
I don't. I don't.
I
I don't
don't
get up
get
late.
up late.
I get up
I
early.
get up early.
My mouth doesn't answer that way because okay. Another, do the students generally come to the classroom later than the teacher? Do the students generally come into the classroom later than the teacher? No, the
No, the
students
students
don't generally
don't generally
come
come
into the
into the
classroom
classroom
later than the
later than the
teacher.
teacher.
They generally
They
come
generally
into
come into
the
the
classroom
classroom
earlier
earlier
than she
than
does.
she
She
does.
does. Okay, another. Who gets up the earliest in your family? Who gets up the earliest in your family? My
Me.
Oh, you. Okay. I get up
I
the
get up
earliest.
with
I
what?
get up the earliest
I get up the earliest
in my
in
family.
my family.
Who gets up the latest in your family? Who gets up the
Bye
latest?
bye.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.